12 years ago, the world was bankrupted and Wall Street celebrated with champagne. Here are higher quality, and, when possible, less cropped versions of these images. These are frames from this video. The top image is from here. The bottom three are shown in succession here. Face Off at 55 Wall Street, 301,192 views September 18, 2011, Struggle Video Media, Wall Street Demo September 17, 2011. Marchers leave Zuccotti Park to attempt to enter blocked-off Wall Street. At 55 Wall Street they find the wealthy at play and a face-off begins. It looks like Opie got the images and, accidentally, incorrect date from here. Can someone explain this GameStop situation to me, please? I don't understand it. I am 14 though, so I don't really understand the technical terms behind it. If that makes sense? I know it's something to do with their stock though. Any second, they'll finish their drinks and then? Oh man, they're gonna start paying their employees more. They're gonna support small businesses. They're going to support their local economies. Oh man, it's gonna be great. Just you watch. Any second now. Well, Wall Street is in the good old US of A, the greatest country in the world where greed and love of money is ingrained into your souls from birth, so what more could we expect? Your beloved president at the time rewarded them with a bailout to pay their bonuses, the poor souls. I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, but someone is actively trying to wipe this image off the internet. I reverse imaged, searched it with multiple engines and only get 2 results directing back to this Reddit, even though I've seen it on countless other websites. This is terrifying. Anyone else excited for the Corpo Wars? I was 16 when this happened and didn't fully understand it. Now this makes my blood boil. Kindly of similar to watching a riot you caused and having a good time. Looks like Occupy Wall Street is back on the menu, boys. Is it time for guillotines and cake yet? How sweet it is that the very thing that defines them, greed, shall destroy them. This time, greed is good. And now they're doing it again. Will we sit idly by once again and let them destroy our futures like they did last time? This makes me so angry. I'm buying more tomorrow. How these people didn't end up with their heads on pikes is absolutely a miracle. Wall Street is about to get a reality check. How much do you want to bet that we suddenly see a stimulus check? Congress can't bail out the hedge funds until they give us our money that they claim they can't afford. Can you imagine if we just decided to take that away from them with force? It's not about investment anymore. It's just a Ponzi scheme. They shut down most trade platforms, got on every news network, and denounced investors from WSB and retail. In order to make sure this cannot happen, there will probably be incoming regulations against retail traders from the SEC. They stole it from us, let's steal it back. I have seen a lot of things today. This one makes me furious. All that money yet he still couldn't buy a new hairline, sad face. The real enemy of the people. The world keeps becoming a sadder place to live in. Let that sink in for a moment, people. The way they look arrogantly down and smiling at their personal crises, that's so disgusting. Anyone know who those people are? I'm curious what businesses I should be boycotting. I know this sounds sociopathic, but what purpose do these people serve? I understand they have families and friends, but what if they vanished like Epstein? Would the world crumble? No, it wouldn't. That's all I'm thinking recently, and I don't know if that's good or bad. The level of cruelty on display makes me simultaneously feel sad, helpless, and furious. Ladies and gentlemen, Goldman Sachs. Now it's Wall Street's turn to get pegged. We're like subhumans to them, aren't we? Millennials didn't forget. Not to be a downer, but I predict that once this whole thing ends and the dust settles, Wall Street is going to implement systems and hire people to do nothing but watch investment forums and subreddits so that this can never happen again. To us, they will be just another username, but they are really spies for the elite. They won't care how much it costs, as long as it gives them the power to squash our ability to hurt them in any way. By GME. I think people miss the point of what happened today. Robinhood and other brokers restricted buys. They allowed people to close their positions but not buy. If that isn't market manipulation, then nothing is. They let Wall Street sneak out of their short positions at better prices. Beyond BS. This wouldn't happen if we started eating them. ITS not over, buy more. I lost so much money in 2008 because of that crash, Lehman Brothers Bank, so this time is COVID? I think they sacrificed a bank just to get their gains. Hey, also remember that cop that casually pepper sprayed the protesters then tried his hardest to get that information taken off the internet? Dude W, the camera flash has one of the most punchable faces I've seen in my entire life. Greetings from Germany, we are holding the line here. Never surrender, never give up, rocket, rocket, rocket. The common man never forgets. Man, where is the Green Goblin when you need him? He's the hero we deserve right now, vaporizing the elite on top of balconies. I want something very, very bad to happen to those champagne toasting people, but I don't want to get banned for my grotesque suggestions. Remember when people realized Wall Street and bankers were the problem and not someone that liked to march around waving an American flag? This is why IHODL. The rich are trying to see how much they can get away with. One of these days, they will cross the line. So, when do we get to eat them? That's because we wasn't doing it the right way. Today, we are occupying Wall Street the right way. In their pocketbooks. Don't sell. Hold. Talk about champagne capitalism. R/boycott Robinhood. This wasn't from 2008, it was from Occupy Wall Street. Guillotine. The American people are undeniably living in an occupied county, run by a force of the ultra-wealthy with walls of money protecting them. I decided to re-watch The Big Short because of the whole GameStop situation. It's just made me angry, like it does every time I watch it. Is no one else curious about the authenticity of the image? It all went down the drain when they decoupled the money from the underlying gold value. Remember when Wall Street was bailed out also back then? Seems like they're getting the same special treatment again in 2021. 2020 was an even bigger bailout for them. In fact, it never ended. Hedge funds and try to use the Konami code today. I love that bit in The Big Short when they say, and then they went to court and got fined loads of money, only joking, of course that didn't happen. This is what the insulting Frenchman from Monty Python was making fun of. Gamers helped GameStop rise up XD. What event radicalized you? Remember when they had a poor person themed costume party? Wait, these photos are related? I thought the bottom row was unrelated and they were spliced together for the meme. The protest went on so long people stopped caring about the problem and got tired of the dirty right-wingers camping out in their parks. Media helped fizzle it down to nothingness. I remember going to a protest in London and the bankers were waving wads of cash out the windows. Revenge. 10 years ago, I was laid off, 2020 am laid off again, but fun fact, welfare and unemployment is a third of what it was a decade ago, Europe. Repubs and neo-libs need to wake up and realize the free market isn't free. Asterisk 10 years. People like this guy, Thomas Maharis, link to his testimony. Is this the start of Occupy Wall Street 2, Electric Boogaloo? I remember this scene from Mr. Robot. When does the jumping from windows happen? Good lord, I'm really against violence, but old Madame Guillotine looking mighty fine right now. There's a really famous interview on the BBC where a hedge fund guy openly admits he prays for another financial crash because he can make money out of it. I'm sure some van find it. Don't ever forget this, this is what they want you to forget. Do not ever forget they did this to US, as a country, as a world united. Had no idea this happened at the time. I was selling clay turtles for 25 cents and skateboarding. Anyone know their names? Hi everyone, I found some YouTube videos from back then showing the protesters and the balcony brigade smiling, drinking, waving, and laughing. Reminder, this is just the beginning, those people have names and addresses, you have nothing to lose but your chains, workers of the world unite and so on and so forth for the millionth time to start saving ourselves from them. So we'll march day 9 at the big cooling tower. They have land, but we have the power. That hag in the purple makes my blood boil. Anyone know who she is? As a former GameStop employee, I'm glad to see GME giving power back to the gamers that helped make them. That was a wedding. I've seen this 100 times, but those guys were at a wedding party. All those flared jeans and casual jackets. Let it burn. And most all the American pleasantry mocked Occupy Wall Street. The American peasantry believes they are just a temporarily broke billionaire/millionaire. Oh, how the tables have turned. I'm surprised there wasn't more bloodshed, to be honest. Eat the rich. Occupy Wall Street was a bunch of broken kells. Scalp them. Crocus saying about it back in the 80s, eat the rich. They said it was an accident and everyone makes mistakes. Wait, that really happened? Was a long and dark December. From the rooftops I remember, there was snow, white snow. Clearly I remember, from the windows they were watching, while we froze down below. We suffered and they drank champagne. We'll make them suffer and drink their blood. It's like law-abiding citizen takes revenge on Wall Street. I love it. I like the stock. Rocket, rocket, rocket. Human trash. What's going on today is the real Occupy Wall Street. What was the story behind this picture? What happened? Disgusting. Honestly, if a group of people stormed Wall Street, the common would honor them as martyrs. Let them eat cake. The rich stays rich and the poor stays poor. They eat, breathe, and sleep by that philosophy, straight face. Rotten MFs. Rich people crying, is it our fault? They seem super interested in protecting the consumer. One of Obama's biggest mistakes. But I have GameStop stonks. How much does it cost to build a guillotine? When can we have a general strike? Axes or taxes, folks? There are more of us poors than there are of them billionaires. Wow, they have such punchable faces. And now we bankrupt them. Something turntables. You know what's crazy? I watched the movie The Big Short right before all of this happened and bought stock in BlackBerry a few days ago. Oy vey. Well. How the turntables have. Those faces belong in guillotines. Time for us to take the money, winking and laughing. The best thing in the world would be for Reddit to give Wall Street their patented hug. That's a let them eat cake moment, eh? Who could have guessed that if you change nothing and send no one to jail, the same thing will happen again? Surprised Pikachu face. I am a chef who has been laid off for almost a month. I know these people might look like garbage, but guys, come on. You can't eat garbage. I can cook them up real nice if you guys are getting as hungry as I am. Where did our French cousins put the guillotines? Time to dust them off. What's the story behind this? Was this for real? Karma. When it comes back to bite you when you least expect it. And we're not done yet. GameStop, GME, is still going up. Stick it back to these hedges by buying a few stocks of GME and hold them until February 1th. Could I get a source for these pictures? Just interested. GameStop to 1 trillion rocket. The shorts already know that covering this call would cause a complete stock market collapse. At least the stock market isn't tied to the economy. In my opinion. Do you want a purge? Because this is how purges get started. Down with the capitalists. 12 years later, Wall Street is corrupted and the world shares champagne. They're going to get a bailout like always. F. Society. My family lost the house my dad spent 15 years and my childhood building. They drank champagne, and now they want me to feel sorry for them. I hope they lose everything. I am pretty sure the bald one would taste very good Cochinita Pibble style. John Q did nothing wrong. I remember Fox News talking about all these people were worthless losers that lack respect and were basically paid to be there, and most of them were homeless. Anyone ready to build a guillotine with me? So basically, what happens every day, except there are pictures of it now. I refuse to believe math and accept that 2008 was 12 years ago. You heathen. Dude, I remember this footage. I always thought the lady in the purple was so disrespectful. Face with tears of joy. Violence is not the answer. Violence is the question. And the answer is yes. This is the best pic I've seen on this subreddit so far. And now it's our turn. should go bankrupt and they'll play every dirty trick in the book to stop us. But this is what we fail to understand. The people, the majority, have the power. The whip that keeps us in line to the rich is money. Money is the whip. Death to the US economy, death to the US economy, death to the US economy, /s/s/s/s. If the US government ever bails these piles of human excrement out again, I say we all collectively just stop paying taxes. Time to punch them back in the face. We will make them pay. Bitcoin. Bruh, this pic makes me physically ill. Bankrupt all rich people. Bring them all down. We saw our parents struggle to understand the stock market. We grew up and learned from their struggles. We went to college and got degrees that weren't handed to us. We were angry 12 years ago because we were young and didn't have money. Now we're older, wiser, smarter. Some of us have succeeded beyond others in our age group. We are still angry. Justice was not enforced. We'll do it ourselves. Wall Street, we're coming for you. This picture makes me furious. LM buying more. Sickening. Eat Wall Street. Hypothetically. LOL. This picture should be in the dictionary next to the phrase eat the rich. The smug look on their faces is infuriating. Disgusting. Time for the people to rise. We need decentralized finance to bring power back to the people. I need to learn more about this, the process, where to go to take the dough. I understand the concept, but I know nothing about buying and selling stock, or which site or app to use. Never forget. If the riches are crying, I'm happy. And this year, the 99% woke up and ate the 1%. It's time to throw all of the tea into the harbor. Now we thrive. I bought 2K AMC and buying more tomorrow. We going to take off short. Percent went up even more tonight. Close to 45% and going up tomorrow, it will rise. Who is buying AMC and going to the moon, smiley face. That finna BS, keep holding and buying boys rocket. Ever notice who runs the Wall Street? V. Wish WSB took down more hedge funds, loudly crying face. Power to the people. Bye bye bye, like Kramer says, Vyaya. It's all about gonads and strife right about now. In the lightning. You can see the wealth in the middle guy's face in the bottom left picture. It is truly a beautiful time we live in, love. Who are the 7 deadly sins smiling and laughing at the protesters? Guess what? We're back. Occupying your wallet. Living rent-free in your head. Looks who's drinking champagne now.